better boat? Well, Steve, it turns out there is actually some mystery behind that line of dialogue, but I know a guy who may be able to answer your question. Please welcome the Golden Globe-nominated screenwriter of Jaws, Carl Gottlieb. How are you, sir?
He wrote the screenwriter.
I'm great now that I'm talking to you. Are you kidding? I couldn't be more excited. So, do you have an answer to this question? Did Roy Scheider come up with that line?
You know, for the first 10, 20 years after the movie, I believe that line was an ad-lib created at the moment. So I always said Roy came up with it on the set. And then, during one of the Blu-ray DVD editions, extra materials, he said, no, that was always in the script. And then, as it turns out, what happened was Zanuck and Brown were stingy bastards and were trying to do everything on the cheap on that show.
The producers of Jaws.
Yes. And the support boat that they chose was kind of a flatbed barge, and they just put all the equipment on it, lights, generators, hot lunches, and then it became like a catchphrase. Whenever anything went wrong, whenever something fell off the barge and they lost the lunch, or we would look at the barge and say, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Right.
And so it came to be the iconic line that it is now.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible. And Carl, you're not only the screenwriter of Jaws, but I'm going to plug this for you. You're the author of the Jaws.
So the screenwriter of Jaws, one of the screenwriters of Jaws is telling you, first of all, to be specific what he's telling you that they believe that on the set, Roy Scheider, the actor, he ad-libbed the line. And he made it say, we're going to need a bigger boat. But that is what they stuck with, and that is what is in the movie, he's saying. And not only is that what's in the movie, it became such a popular thing after he did that, they would always use the phrase over and over as an anchor. Over and over, they would use it on set. The people that are in the movie, the lead actor that said the line, said, we're going to need a bigger boat. This is the guy that wrote the script, or one of the writers of the script. He told you that the dude said, we're going to need a bigger boat. And then after that, they continue to joke around and constantly use that line on the set. But again, I want you to listen to what he says once again, and then I'm going to go show you what happens when you Google search this. Listen to his words.
I believe that line was an ad-lib created at the moment, so I always said Roy came up with it on the set. And then, during one of the Blu-ray DVD editions, extra materials, he said, no, that was always in the script. And then, as it turns out, what happened was Zanuck and Brown were stingy bastards and were trying to do everything on the cheap on that show.
The producers of Jaws.
Yes. And the support boat that they chose was kind of a flatbed barge, and they just put all the equipment on it, lights, generators, hot lunches, and then it became like a catchphrase. Whenever anything went wrong, whenever something fell off the barge and they lost the lunch, or we would look at the barge and say, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Right.
And so...
Okay, so then it became a catchphrase. Anytime anything fell off the barge or off the boat, they would say, we're going to need a bigger boat. He started it by naming the two guys, and he said they were real stingy, right? That's right here. This is important why I'm showing you word for word. Check this out. Zanuck and Brown were stingy bastards, right? They were trying to do everything cheap on that show, the producers of Jaws, yes. And the support boat they chose was kind of a flatbed barge. And then, where is it? They put lights, generators, lunches. Then it became a catchphrase. Whenever anything went wrong, something fell out the barge or they lost the lunch, we would look at the barge and say, we're going to need a bigger boat. You're seeing it come right out of the screenwriter's mouth. He's giving you this whole story behind it, and you heard me go back and just specifically go through this wording again. Why did I do that? Because look what happens when you actually Google it. So if you Google Carl Gottlieb, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, Carl Gottlieb, we're going to need a bigger boat. Look what comes up. They act like they're quoting him in all these articles, but look what they say right here. Where is it? Where's his little story where he explains it? Right here, hang on. So he says right here, having to work behind a cluster of operations, the boat was too small. As Gottlieb recalls, Zanuck and Brown were very stingy producers. Sound familiar? I just showed you that exact dialogue right here, right? Look at this. Zanuck and Brown were stingy bastards. They were trying to do everything cheap on that show, right? But look what it says over here in the articles. They completely changed the quote on the article, And it says, as Gottlieb recalls, Zanuck and Brown were stingy producers, so everyone kept telling them, you're going to need a bigger boat. That's not what he said. That's not what he said in his interview. Let's check out another one that he's given. Okay, Kyle Gottlieb, who co-wrote the screenplay for Jaws, revealed the origin of You're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat to The Hollywood Reporter in 2016, right? So crew members complained to producers that the support boat was too small, which is how they coined the soon-to-be famous phrase. Then right here, Zanuck and Brown were very stingy producers, so everyone kept telling them, you're gonna need a bigger boat. But that's not what he said in his interview. He said, we're going to need a bigger boat. The Mandela effect is coming in and making a cover-up and misrepresenting what the guy actually said in the video. Think about the video I just showed you. I just showed you Kyle Gottlieb over and over explaining, we're going to need a bigger boat. He didn't say you're going to need a bigger boat. He didn't go into a story explaining the anchor memory of how it's you're going to need a bigger boat. He said, we're going to need a bigger boat. This is what the Mandela effect people remember. We're going to need a bigger boat. This is what the guy who wrote the script remembers. He's telling you how the actor remembered it, said it over and over, and everybody on set would say, we're going to need a bigger boat. And I clearly just showed you them misquoting what he said to match the new reality in the news articles. Clearly misquoting. I mean, I thought I was going to go in and Google it and show you, look, this is what it is now, and it doesn't match what he's saying. Boom, great video, right? But then I went in and I noticed they're actually quoting his exact words of these guys being stingy producers and all this. They actually quoted everything he said in the video, except they changed this word.
So we finally found out. Our memories are not playing us up. It is a Mandela effect. It has been changed and our reality has been changed. So for people out there that, saying, no, it's all wrong. No, our reality is changing. It's changing. And now we know. So I'll continue playing. This is off-channel Brian Stavelli. And it's on, I don't know how long it'll be on for, but it's on LBRY. So let's play it, continue playing.
Very interesting. Thought I'd show you that. For the people that say we don't have any proof or evidence, I just showed you one of the writers for Jaws, not only remembering it the way the Mandela effect people remember, but going into a full-on explanation of how the quote, we're gonna need a bigger boat, came to be. It's time to stop laughing at this. It's time to stop mocking and ridiculing people like me. The people that are denying this are stuck in the physical, and they are way behind. There are supernatural changes happening in front of us in every aspect of our life, every category you could imagine. And sure, people can say, this is trivial, this is media. Yeah, well, I have to show media because I'm showing people the bigger ones, and they're not even looking. They're too scared. This is a supernatural change. If you remember we're going to need a bigger boat from Jaws, it doesn't matter how old your copy is. It doesn't matter how long it's been in your house. I'm not asking you to go online and download the latest version or go to Amazon Prime or something. It's telling you to take out your own copy of anything I present as a Mandela effect change. Take out your own copy and show me how I'm wrong. Show me how yours still says we're going to need a bigger boat and there is no Mandela effect and we're just making some sort of mistake. But you won't do that. You'll just sit there in the corner and cower in fear and say things can't change.